Hey, everyone loves a good vacation, right? You work hard, you save up all that money, you spend hours online looking for the cheapest flights, and you dream of those perfect destinations. Maybe it's seeing the Eiffel Tower in Paris or relaxing on a beach in the Maldives, with crystal clear water. We all have that dream trip. But what if I told you that for every paradise on Earth, there's a place so ridiculously dangerous that you should never, ever go there? I'm not talking about your typical tourist traps with long lines. I'm talking about places where one wrong step, one wrong breath, or even just being there could be the last thing you ever do. Today, we're not flying you to a luxury resort. Instead, I'm taking you on a virtual tour of the 15 most dangerous places on the entire planet. We're going to see everything from exploding lakes that can suffocate an entire town in minutes, to an island so packed with deadly snakes that the government made it illegal to visit. We'll explore boiling acid lakes, deserts hotter than you can imagine, and places so toxic they're still deadly decades later. This isn't your average travel vlog, this is an extreme survival guide to the places you need to avoid at all costs. So, if you're ready for the most insane trip of your life, make sure you hit that subscribe button right now because you are not going to want to miss a second of this. We're counting down from crazy to crazier. And I promise you, the #1 spot on this list is going to absolutely blow your mind. Buckle up, because we're about to go on an adventure to the most forbidden corners of the globe. Let's do this. Kicking off our list at number 15, we're heading to a place that sounds like it's straight out of a horror movie, Ilha de Queimada Grande, better known as Snake Island. This place is off the coast of Brazil, and let me tell you, it lives up to its name in the most terrifying way possible. The island is absolutely crawling with one of the most venomous snakes in the world, the golden lancehead viper. We're not talking about a few snakes here and there. Scientists estimate there's at least one deadly snake for every single square meter of this island. Imagine that. You literally cannot take a step without risking a fatal bite. The venom of the golden lancehead is so potent it can melt human flesh, and a bite can kill you in under an hour. It's so unbelievably dangerous that the Brazilian government has completely forbidden anyone from setting foot on the island. Only a few carefully selected scientists are allowed to visit, and even they have to go with a doctor and take extreme precautions. There are stories of fishermen who have washed up on the island and met a gruesome end. This isn't a tourist destination, it's a real-life nightmare that nature has claimed for itself. Coming in at number 14 is a name you've all heard before. Chernobyl. In 1986, the world witnessed one of the worst nuclear disasters in history when the Chernobyl nuclear power plant's reactor number 4 exploded. The explosion released a massive cloud of radioactive material that spread across Europe. It was so catastrophic that the nearby city of Pripyat, once home to 50,000 people, was evacuated overnight and remains a ghost town to this day. It's a chilling snapshot of life frozen in time, with school books left on desks and toys scattered in abandoned homes. Decades later, the Chernobyl exclusion zone is still one of the most radioactive places on Earth. While some areas are now considered safe enough for short, guided tours, many parts are still dangerously contaminated. The red forest, where the trees turned a ginger-brown color from the intense radiation, is completely off limits. Going into the wrong area, without protection, or even just breathing in radioactive dust, could have devastating long-term health consequences. It's a haunting reminder of the invisible, silent danger of radiation and the devastating power of human error. For our 13th most dangerous place, we're traveling to the Andaman Islands in the Bay of Bengal, to a place shrouded in mystery, North Sentinel Island. This isn't a place that's dangerous because of radiation or volcanoes, it's dangerous because of its people. The island is home to the Sentinelese, one of the last uncontacted tribes in the world. They have lived in complete isolation for what is believed to be tens of thousands of years, and they violently reject any and all contact with the outside world. They are completely hostile to outsiders. Anyone who has tried to approach the island, whether they are fishermen, researchers, or even just lost sailors, has been met with a volley of arrows and spears. In 2018, an American missionary was killed when he illegally traveled to the island to try and convert the tribe. The Indian government has declared it illegal to go within 3 miles of the island, both to protect outsiders from the Sentinelese, and to protect the Sentinelese from modern diseases they have no immunity to. This is a real-life lost world, and trying to visit it is not only illegal, but a potential death sentence. At number 12, we find ourselves at the base of one of the most active and dangerous volcanoes on the planet, Mount Merapi in Indonesia. This volcano's name literally translates to Mountain of Fire, and, honestly, it definitely earns it. It's not one of those dormant giants that just sits there looking pretty. Merapi erupts regularly, roughly every 5 to 10 years, with smaller eruptions happening even more frequently. And when it goes big, spewing hot gas, lava, and ash miles into the sky. The biggest danger from Merapi isn't just the lava flows, it's the pyroclastic flows. These are superheated clouds of gas and rock fragments that race down the mountainside at hundreds of miles per hour, incinerating everything in their path. Despite the constant threat, thousands of people live in villages on the slopes of the volcano, their lives in a constant state of high alert. The 2010 eruption was particularly devastating, killing over 350 people and displacing hundreds of thousands. Climbing Merapi might seem like an adventure, but you're literally gambling with a ticking time bomb. Brace yourselves, because number 11 is like stepping onto another planet. We're going to the Danakil Desert in Ethiopia, officially one of the most inhospitable places on Earth. This place is a triple threat. It's one of the lowest places on the planet, one of the driest, and one of the hottest. We're talking average daily temperatures that consistently soar above 122 degrees Fahrenheit, or 50 degrees Celsius. It's so hot that the ground itself seems to shimmer and boil. But the extreme heat is only the beginning of the nightmare. The Danakil Depression is a geological hotspot, filled with active volcanoes, bubbling hot springs that spew toxic gases, and vast salt flats that stretch to the horizon. The landscape is a bizarre mix of bright yellow and green acid pools and strange salt formations. The air is thick with poisonous chlorine and sulfur fumes, making it difficult to breathe. It's a visually stunning place, looking like something from a sci-fi movie, but it is brutally punishing to any form of life. Cracking our top 10 is a place with a name that says it all. Death Valley. Located in California, this national park holds the record for the highest air temperature ever reliably recorded on Earth, a blistering 134 degrees Fahrenheit, or 56.7 degrees Celsius. This isn't just a desert, it's a natural oven. The valley's unique geography traps hot air, creating a furnace-like environment where survival is a serious challenge. Even on a cool day, the temperatures can be dangerously high. The primary danger here is, of course, the extreme heat. The risk of dehydration, heat stroke, and exhaustion is incredibly high, even for short periods of exposure. Every year, despite numerous warnings, tourists get into serious trouble, and tragically, some don't make it out alive. Cars break down, people get lost on trails, and they quickly succumb to the brutal conditions. It's a place of stark, beautiful landscapes, with its salt flats and rolling dunes. But it's a beauty that demands respect. Underestimating the power of Death Valley can have fatal consequences. For number 9, we're visiting a place that looks exactly like its name, the Darvaza gas crater, better known as the Gates of Hell. Located in the middle of the Karakum Desert in Turkmenistan, this is a giant fiery pit that has been burning continuously for over 50 years. This isn't a natural volcano. It was created by a massive human error. In 1971, Soviet geologists were drilling for natural gas when the ground beneath their rig collapsed, creating a huge crater and releasing enormous amounts of methane gas. To prevent the poisonous gas from spreading, the geologists made a wild decision. They decided to light it on fire. They figured it would burn off in a few weeks. Well, they were wrong. More than 5 decades later, the crater, which is over 200 feet wide and 60 feet deep, is still burning with an infernal intensity you can see from miles away. The area is dangerous due to the toxic fumes, the risk of further ground collapse, and of course, the massive raging fire itself. It's a spectacular and terrifying sight, a man-made hell on Earth. From the hottest places on Earth, we now go to the absolute coldest. Number 8 is the village of Oymyakon in Siberia, Russia. This is the coldest permanently inhabited place on the entire planet. The average winter temperature is a mind-numbing minus 58 degrees Fahrenheit, or minus 50 Celsius. But, honestly, it gets much, much colder. The record low temperature here is a staggering minus 96.16 degrees Fahrenheit, or minus 71.2 Celsius. It's so cold that your eyelashes can freeze solid in seconds, and frostbite is a constant, immediate danger. Living in Oymyakon is a daily battle for survival. Cars have to be left running 24/7, or their engines will freeze solid. Batteries lose power almost instantly. Even digging graves for funerals is a massive challenge, as the ground is permanently frozen solid and has to be thawed with bonfires over several days. The simple act of breathing the frigid air can be painful and dangerous. Forget a ski trip. This is a level of cold that most of us can't even comprehend, a place where survival itself is the only thing that matters. At number 7, we enter the realm of legend and mystery with the Bermuda Triangle. This infamous stretch of the Atlantic Ocean, roughly bounded by Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico, has a reputation for swallowing ships and planes without a trace. For decades, it has been the subject of countless books, documentaries, and conspiracy theories. The stories are legendary. Flight 19, a group of 5 U.S. Navy bombers that vanished during a training mission in 1945, and the rescue plane sent to find them, which also disappeared. While many scientists and skeptics argue that the number of disappearances isn't statistically significant and can be explained by natural phenomena, the legend persists. Theories for the disappearances range from the plausible to the paranormal. Some blame rogue waves, massive underwater methane gas eruptions, or extreme and unpredictable weather patterns like microbursts. Others suggest more outlandish explanations, like alien abductions or portals to another dimension. Whether it's fact or fiction, the Bermuda Triangle has cemented its place in our collective imagination as a uniquely dangerous and mysterious part of the world. Coming in at number 6 is a place that looks like a pristine, untouched paradise, but is actually hiding 1,000 different ways to kill you. Welcome to Madidi National Park in Bolivia. This park is one of the most biodiverse places on the planet, a sprawling jungle teeming with life. And that's exactly the problem. Almost everything in this jungle, the plants, the insects, the animals, is dangerous. It's a paradise, but a predatory one. You don't even have to be bitten by a jaguar or a venomous snake to be in trouble here. The park is home to aggressive wild pigs that can attack in large groups. There are parasitic infections that can get into your skin. Even brushing against the wrong plant can cause severe rashes, itching, and dizziness. There are moths that can cause blindness, and fungi that can invade your body. A group of tourists got lost here once, and one of them was never seen again. Without an expert guide, a visitor is completely helpless against the jungle's countless hidden dangers. We're breaking into the top 5 with another deadly destination in Russia, the Valley of Death in the Kamchatka Peninsula. This place sounds like something out of a fantasy novel, and its reality is just as grim. Located at the base of the Kikpinich volcano, this small valley has a deadly secret. It's a natural death trap. The ground is riddled with volcanic vents that release a toxic cocktail of gases, primarily hydrogen sulfide and carbon dioxide. These gases are heavier than air, so they accumulate in the low-lying valley, creating an invisible, deadly pool. The valley is completely devoid of green plants and is littered with the skeletons of animals that have wandered in and suffocated. Bears, wolves, foxes, and even birds are found dead, perfectly preserved by the toxic atmosphere. For humans, it's just as lethal. A few deep breaths of the concentrated gas can cause dizziness, headaches, and then death. It's a silent, odorless killer that makes this beautiful remote valley one of the most treacherous places you could ever stumble into. You might be surprised to see a mountain in the United States so high on this list, but at number 4, Mount Washington in New Hampshire has earned its deadly reputation. It's not the tallest mountain by any means, but it's home to some of the most extreme and dangerously erratic weather on the entire planet. The mountain's location at the convergence of several major storm tracks creates a perfect storm of horrific conditions. It's famous for its hurricane-force winds. For over 70 years, Mount Washington held the world record for the fastest wind gust ever recorded on the Earth's surface, a mind-blowing 231 miles per hour. That's stronger than a Category 5 hurricane. The weather can change in an instant, going from a clear sunny day to a whiteout blizzard with zero visibility and sub-zero temperatures even in summer. This unpredictable nature has caught countless hikers off guard, leading to over 150 recorded fatalities. It's a deadly combination of extreme wind, freezing temperatures, and sudden changes that makes this mountain more dangerous than many of the world's highest peaks. At number 3, we have a place that looks serene and beautiful, but hides a terrifying and unique danger, Lake Nyos in Cameroon. This is a crater lake, formed on top of an inactive volcano. Deep beneath the lake bed, magma is constantly leaking carbon dioxide into the water. For centuries, this gas remained trapped at the bottom of the lake by the immense pressure of the water above it. But on August 21, 1986, something triggered a catastrophic event. That night, the lake, suddenly and violently, released a massive cloud of carbon dioxide, a phenomenon known as a limnic eruption. Over a cubic kilometer of CO2 gas, heavier than air, erupted from the lake and rolled down the surrounding hillsides like an invisible tsunami, silently blanketing villages up to 15 miles away. The gas displaced all the oxygen, suffocating an estimated 1,746 people and over 3,500 livestock in their sleep. It was a silent, swift, and horrifying natural disaster. Today, engineers have installed pipes to help the lake degauss safely, but the threat of another eruption remains. Our runner-up for the most dangerous place is an entire island that seems designed to kill you. And it's in Australia, of course. Welcome to Fraser Island. On the surface, it's a stunning paradise, the world's largest sand island, with beautiful freshwater lakes and lush rainforests. But don't be fooled by its beauty. This island is a minefield of deadly hazards. Let's start with the water. The beaches look perfect for a swim, but the surrounding ocean is infested with sharks and deadly Arukanji, Troll, Li Fanji, whose sting can be fatal. So you think you'll swim in the freshwater lakes instead? Be careful, some are full of their own dangers. But the dangers aren't just in the water. The island is famous for its wild dingo population, which can be aggressive and have attacked tourists, including children. And let's not forget this is Australia, so the island is also home to 18 species of snakes, including the highly venomous eastern brown snake, as well as deadly spiders like the funnel web. It's a place where every beautiful corner has a hidden and potentially lethal threat. And the #1 most dangerous place you should never visit is not a natural wonder, but a man-made nightmare elephant kingdom in Chonburi, Thailand. This wasn't a place with radioactive gas or venomous snakes, this was a tourist attraction. Specifically, it was a crocodile farm where the owner, for some insane reason, decided it would be a good idea to let tourists get up close and personal with hundreds of massive, hungry crocodiles. But he didn't just let them watch from a safe distance. The main attraction here was a rickety, makeshift raft made of wood planks and plastic barrels, floating in the middle of a swamp teeming with crocodiles. Tourists would pay a small fee to climb onto this floating death trap, and they were given flimsy fishing rods with meat on the end to feed the swarming reptiles below. The crocodiles would leap out of the water, snapping their jaws just inches from people's feet. The raft was unstable, had no real safety railings, and was literally being bumped and jostled by giant predators. It was an accident waiting to happen, and after photos went viral, the authorities finally shut it down for good. This place wins our #1 spot because the danger was not only extreme but completely ridiculously and intentionally created for entertainment. And there you have it, the 15 most dangerous places on Earth that you should probably admire from the safety of your screen. From the silent, toxic valley in Russia to the absolutely insane crocodile farm in Thailand, these places are a testament to the fact that our planet is full of wonders, but also full of some serious, no-joke dangers. It's a wild world out there, and while the spirit of adventure is amazing, some adventures are just not worth the risk. These locations are fascinating to learn about, but they're best left to the experts, or in some cases left completely alone. So what do you think? Which one of these places completely shocked you? For me, it has to be the crocodile farm. I just can't believe that was a real thing people paid to do. Let me know your pick in the comments below. I read every single one of them, and I'm genuinely curious to see which one of these insane spots blew your mind the most. Was it the snake-infested island, the exploding lake, or the town where it's too cold to even go outside? If you enjoyed this insane virtual tour and want to see more crazy travel stories and explore the most extreme corners of the globe with us, make sure you destroy that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss our next video. We have so many more unbelievable stories to share with you. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and keep exploring from a distance. See you in the next one.